one of the major things that she said, very soon, the audience that are here, the 400 level and the 300 level nursing students, very soon will be asked to pick a research title. And it is very, very important for you to make sure that you do some things for you to be able to choose a researching title. You can see we are not just saying picking a research title. We said what? Researching title. It is not all titles that are researchable. And that was why we said what? Choosing a researching title. Before you can choose a researching title, you really need to review literature. And why do you need to review literature? You need to review literature on that particular concept, on that particular area of your interest where you want to work on, for you to identify what has been done on that particular area, and you must identify a gap. I always say this: when you are choosing a researchable title, there must be a problem that you want the outcome of research to provide solution to. If you are not providing solution to a particular problem, you just want to go ahead to waste your time, to waste your resources, to waste everything that you want to put into the research. So in picking the researchable title, you make sure you review literature and identify gap. Tell somebody gap. Identify gap. That is those areas that needed to be worked upon. And once you are able to identify those gaps, you have seen what people have done, previous researchers, what they have done on that particular area that you want to provide solutions to. Then what are all those things that they are yet to do? Then you want to work on it for you to develop a research title. And she said something that your research title must have some variables. One, she said, they must have an independent variable, dependent variable. Then also, your research title must have population and setting. The problem that you are working on was there. I've been able to identify 5 major criteria now. The dependent variable, the independent variable, which is a variable that you manipulate in the study. It must have the population, it must have the setting, and at the end of everything, it must contain the problem that you want to provide solution to. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Please let's appreciate that. Thank you very much. I believe you have learned 1 or 2 things from that presentation, how to formulate a research title. All right, so without wasting much of our time, we're going to the second presenter. And yes, second presenter. Okay, in person of myself. All right, and the topic is formulating research questions, objective, hypothesis, and nursing research. I am a rated one of those behind table person of Dr. Mrs. Fowai Makinde, our HOD maternity and child health, and also the coordinator of the postgraduate program. Likewise, Mrs. Pivo Amao, the HOD of mental health, and our able Dr. research group. Okay, so the topic I said is formulating research questions for getting hypothesis. Thank you. So next slide, thank you. Okay, these are my presentation of how to do like introduction, research objective, key characteristics of research objective, research question, the criteria for constructing research questions, research hypothesis, key characteristics of research hypothesis, the type of research hypothesis, conclusion, and reference. Alright, so introduction. Earlier we learned that how to formulate a research topic. After getting your topic, the idea is your interest, your area of focus, and you'll be able to formulate the title. Where is leading you? Earlier the presenter told us about the first topic or the first reading of the paper that we're reading, and it's an interaction between the reader and the presenter and the writer. So, after all objective of the question or the title, likewise the question and the hypothesis. As we already know that research is a systematic journey to validate new knowledge, facts, events. So it involves several key stages, starting with recognizing your research question as a problem, the objective, what is the problem behind it, what are you interested in, what are those problems around this question or the title. They have objectives and the significance, which forms the basis of a story. Then, the identification of research question is crucial and a foundational step, which involves recognizing an area of concern within a specific warrant investigation. Also, the development of a clear and testing objective, hypothesis, and research question is crucial for guiding the research design. If you have all this information, when you have your title, you're able to know how you're going to formulate your questions, your objective, which will guide how you're going to collect your data and also analyze them. Then the formulation of objectives, hypotheses, and research questions is critical in the process of research, as it gives a clarifying framework for research findings and investigation. Okay? So what is research objective? How do I formulate an objective when I get a research title? These are the things to put in mind. A research objective must be specific. That is this slogan we used to give it. It must be what? Smart. And we have acronyms for it. X is what? Specific. M, measurable. A, achievable. R, completed for me. And C is what? Time. Thank you. So research objective provide a clear direction for the study, helping to focus efforts and resources on achieving specific outcomes. So objective, the goal, will push you. What am I going to get at the end of this research finding? So these objectives are derived from the research programs in question and serve as a roadmap for the entire research process. So what are the keys? The key characteristics of research objectives. What are those things that I include, which I earlier mentioned? When we say something is specific, that means it must be clear, not ambiguous, not something that will confuse the reader or confuse others. It must be what? Clear and specific. Then measurable. It should be formulated in a way that allows for measurement and assessment when you're doing your analysis. It should be measurable, not one that will confuse your analyst or how am I going to go about it. So it should be measurable, ensure that progress and success can be quantified and achievable. Yes, realistic. If you know that okay, you are going to achieve this object after this topic research findings, or what's going to be my outcome? Is it achievable? Is it possible? Or am I just saying it for saying sake or just studying this for studying sake? So it should be achievable. Then relevance or realistic time bound, then align with research program. Because from your objective, you're able to ask, get a research question. So it should align with the research problem or question. Then hierarchically. That's when you are formulating an objective, it should be hierarchical. You should be serial or sequential. One that will lead to the other from the highest to the least. Okay? Then other keys, continuation of that, and I have an example from this. It says, in the X care research study, focus on improving patient outcomes. Specific research objectives could be, just a suggestion, to assess the impact of a new treatment protocol on patients, to identify, to evaluate, to determine. And please note this, when you are formulating your objective, there are words specifically you can use to determine, to evaluate, to identify. Not just using any kind of word, because that is what pushing you to that research. So this research objective guides the researcher in designing the study, collecting data, and analyzing the results. So research question. What is research question? It's a specific inquiry or interrogation